The latest in the Catherine Hoggle case, a status hearing was held on Tuesday. She is charged with murder after her 2 children, Sarah and Jacob Hoggle, vanished. They were last seen with her back in 2014.
I stood here before you about 2 years ago and I told you that through the passage of time and just through logical reasoning, I had to come to the conclusion that my kids, there's no logical way that they're alive.
Their father still waiting for justice.
Until they're found, until they're able to be buried, until the justice system works for them in some way, shape, or form, nothing stops.
Recently, a report came out from Clifton T. Perkins, the psychiatric hospital in Jessup where Hoggle has been, and it said that she continues and remains incompetent to stand trial.
The judge was concerned about whether or not he could continue to hold her based on a recent report that he received in this matter. It had to do with the concept of restorability to competency.
The hearing was a result of Hoggle's attorney, David Felsen, filing a motion for the murder charges to be dismissed.
And the real question is, if she's been incompetent for the last 5 years, which she has, and the statute says if you're charged with a felony and you've been incompetent for 5 years, those charges need to be dismissed, are they going to be dismissed?
However, State's Attorney John McCarthy disagrees.
Ms. Hoggle has been at Clifton T. Perkins for 5 years, but she was initially there on child abduction and child neglect charges. Later on, the state upgraded those charges to murder. Murder is a felony, and the statute quite clearly states that the state has 5 years when you are charged with a felony to have you restored to competency. Under the law in the United States, based on a Supreme Court case, individuals who cannot be restored to competency cannot be held indefinitely awaiting trial. Maryland has a statute that says the maximum period of time you have is 5 years.
Both prosecution and defense argued to Circuit Court Judge Robert Greenberg about Hoggle's restorability.
My position and the position of my office is that we have till December the 1st, 2022. At that time, if Ms. Hoggle has not been restored to competency, the issue of restorability would be ripe, but it is premature to do that now.
The process is still ongoing. Ultimately, Judge Greenberg did not make a decision on Tuesday, but he is expected to issue a written opinion within the next week.
I don't look at it as a lack of decision. I look at it as more of, putting thought into the decision and making sure that we all understand it, because I think that the judge realizes how serious this is.
Reporting in Rockville, Jordan Lindsay for MyMC Media.